in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Set 60 Pittsburgh.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they got
John, I'm going to beat the dog piss out this
and
nigga.
it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Defensively, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Jones. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Manziel. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Manziel. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Hurry.
Here's Manziel.
Like
and he hits his tight end, Ebron. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13.
Oh my fuck.
Going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 13th play now, the opening drive. Will this be the lucky one? It's 3rd and goal. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Boswell's kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Both dropped.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, set. 10 logo. Bring it. Shoot.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 52. Out. Tighten up. Time, lock it.
Now a run with Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ronnie, 59. Check right 33. And let's pin the mirrors back and go. General West. Check. Ready.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
The way this game is going, the way that they possess the ball on the other side of the field, you go 3 and out here, you might not see the ball again until the 2nd quarter.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 7. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. The Charles in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course,
and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves?
Oh, where are you going?
They have no shot at the playoffs.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw.
Where the fuck is my
And this
pick,
one
bro?
incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Run it. I can get 2 fucks.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
You want to pay for first round?
They'll look to throw. This complete to Jones.
Come on, ball, bitch.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
30 minutes before work. Play a fucking game, bro.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
What do you want to do? Fuck up your draft stock? Okay.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what
easy, bro. Fucking easy.
The 20. And at the end of it, he strips. Ball comes loose. And the Packers pick it up.
Out of all the innovations, they give you
past
that.
The 25.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. We really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw here. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over
fuck
here.
You, John. I know you're dying.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A big play there out of Cook. 52 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Buying time. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Orbit. Get it.
To throw again, Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about.
Set. 30 base. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Check 27. Check 23. Go.
They'll run with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Brandon, my man, just one
this
sentence
nigga digs, man. I tell you that.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. 2nd and 10. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man is Bourne. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Woman of the hour.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Hey, Haywood!
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check it back. Check it out. Park check 33. 33. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Now.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
You like that?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Oh,
and that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is up to 18
I don't want to waste the pasta. Why are you going to waste the pasta? That's real shit, you know it. It's good pasta, good ass food that my mom made. What you want to do? See, I don't like people like you wasting good food.
That'll be taken in the
Your mom makes good ass food.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Take it right. Okay, I understand. I want the long way. I'm sorry.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their halftime hold now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against
Puerto Rican shower.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing.
Would you rather that or
and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too. And they
why would you waste the pasta?
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
What? See?
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves them in pretty good shape. After the penalty, it's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
You decided to reconsider? Yes, you are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They're going to look to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup.
Man, Chasey.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? Third and goal. Here's Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain on the play. And what to do now on fourth and goal?
He's a bum, bro.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. It's their quarterback keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Alan, I'm not a professional. I don't know.
You're talking about professional, bro. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm a professional, but I don't know. You're not the person, Alan.
What are you, I'm saying, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the, why you gotta curse?
You need to go sleep.
I don't know about talk.
Go to sleep.
Like that. I don't know about getting hurt and how they
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just...
Stefan Diggs! He's at the 30, 10, touchdown, Vikings! Stefan Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Again,
not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it
you're
away.
in bed, sleeping. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, no more people sleep.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Work, school tomorrow, you know?
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Wasn't mentioned, yeah.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop the throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Packers on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. They'll set up to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Manziel, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Packers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. Now Manziel, complete to Jones. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Where's my hoodie?
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 37. And Boswell's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Again, it's Cook. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kenny Stills with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
80 weapons.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down again. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Manziel, and that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Taken from just outside the 30.
Ooh.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They run it again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Complete. Smith has it. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They're going to run. It's McKinnon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Blue draw forfeit.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more insult to injury here late in the game. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Vikings, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire